You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
So here's the story. Francis Ford Coppola, the legendary filmmaker behind The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, has been chasing a dream for nearly 4 decades, a massive, futuristic political epic called Megalopolis. For most directors, a project like that would be impossible to get off the ground without studio backing. But Coppola didn't wait for a green light. Instead, he sold off part of his winery and raised about $120 million himself, all for the chance to finally make this film the way he wanted. That's the kind of gamble that would terrify most people. But for Coppola, it was a matter of freedom. Freedom to succeed, or just as importantly, freedom to fail. The making of Megalopolis has now been captured in a new documentary by Mike Figgins called Megadoc, which opens September 19th. What's so fascinating about this documentary isn't just that it follows the behind-the-scenes drama of a massive, unconventional production. It also shows us Coppola's mindset. Here's an 86-year-old director admitting that he's scared, and yet saying that fear is a good thing because it means he's in uncharted territory. He openly says he'd rather die broke creating something beautiful than never take the risk at all. On set, Coppola worked in ways that defied Hollywood tradition. Instead of strict rehearsals, he brought in his cast, including Adam Driver, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, Jon Voight, and Dustin Hoffman, for what felt more like acting workshops. He had them improvise, play theater games, and even encouraged them to abandon worry once they entered his creative space. For him, filmmaking wasn't about toil or rigid control. It was play. And that sense of playfulness extended to everything, from daringly physical stunts without CGI to giant practical sets that turned into his personal playground. But Megadoc doesn't shy away from the chaos that came with this freedom. Coppola clashed with crew members, and some left mid-production over communication issues. The sheer scale of Megalopolis, with its colossal sets, complex choreography, and massive crowd scenes, meant that Coppola's improvisational style often collided with the need for structure. What was thrilling for him sometimes became overwhelming for others. Still, what stands out is Coppola's refusal to let cinema become too safe or too controlled. He argues that when filmmaking becomes about consistency and control, it kills the very life it's trying to capture. Instead, he leaned into unpredictability, treating his script as just a starting point, more like a jazz composition than a rigid plan. The result, as Megadoc shows, is a film brimming with energy, eccentric performances, and moments of raw, live theater immediacy. So while Megalopolis itself has divided audiences, some amazed, others baffled. What Megadoc really reveals is a portrait of Coppola confronting chaos on his own terms. It's a story about artistic freedom, about pushing against limits, and about what happens when a filmmaker decides that the only way forward is to risk everything for the chance to create something unforgettable. Stay subscribed for more videos.